everybody. Good morning. Thank you so much for being at our first annual Economic Development Corporation Municipal Appreciation and Open House Day. Thank you all for being able to make it here today. I'm Jim Coleman. I'm the Chief Excitement Officer for the Prince George's County Economic Development Corporation. And my team and I, we have worked hard to pull this whole day together. I want each of my team members to please stand and raise your hands. Britta Vanderlyn is our Chief of Staff. She led this effort to pull this all together. For all of my entire team, thank you so much for all of your hard work and being able to make this day a reality. I wanted also to see each of our team members because we want to make sure that today we're kicking off. This is the catalyst of a long-term relationship. And so we want to make sure that you know our faces, that you know who we are, so that you can count on us. We want to be out there in the market, in the communities, in each and every town and village of Prince George's County, partnering with you to help you to grow your community and helping you to be able to create more jobs for our residents. So thank you so much for being here today. I'm here to kind of kick off our day and to kind of go through our agenda. We're kind of going through the welcome, and we've got a very special guest that's going to come up and talk about our overall day and what's going on also in the county. I'll go through a few staff introductions, then we'll have a message from one of our top sponsors that's such a great partner. I don't want to even kill the thunder right now because they're such a great partner of ours in helping us to cover the cost of this wonderful breakfast. And then from there, we'll get right into an EDC overview where we're going to tell you all the neat things that we're working on and that we're trying to do in the county to be able to create more jobs, more tax revenue for our local municipalities, and try to improve the quality of life for every single resident that lives in our county. So we're excited about some of the things that we're going to talk about today, both on the job creator side, as well as what we're doing for all our residents who are seeking careers and great jobs. Then at the end of our day, we'll wrap it up with a brainstorming session where we would love to be able to get your feedback and ideas, things that you would like to see the EDC doing, maybe that we're currently not doing, as well as what you would like for us to do and partnering with you in your individual municipalities to be able to really fire up the municipality and create more jobs, more tax revenue, and to create a lot more excitement in the local economy. So thanks so much. I want to introduce a few of our key guests before we get into the details of our wonderful event this morning. I'd like to kick this off by introducing Mr. Tom Himmler. He's our Deputy Chief Administrative Officer for Prince George's County. Give it up for Tom. We also have Dr. B. Tignor. She is the County Executive's Municipal Liaison and a former Senator of the 25th Legislative District. Well known. Thank you so much, Doctor, for being here. I'd like to introduce one of our board members who's here, Sylvia Syfax. She's an Economic Development Corporation board member. Sylvia, raise your hand. Thank you so much for being here. I'd like to touch bases with Mayor Hanko. He's one of the longest serving mayors. Mayor, could you please stand? He's one of the longest serving mayors in Prince George's County. We are happy that you're here. The reason why I also wanted to introduce him is that 31 years ago, I purchased my first house and on 6414 Bray Street. It's still there, Mayor. It's got a little canopy over it. And that's when Mayor was just getting elected. And I remember you when I lived here 31 years ago. And it's good to see that you're still here, rocking and rolling and making good things happen in our local municipality. So thank you for your leadership. I'd like to now go into our program and to introduce County Executive Baker. Unfortunately, is not going to be able to join us this morning. Some things have come up. So we have now David Iannucci, who is our Deputy County Executive for Economic Development, and he's my mentor. He used to be the Commissioner of Economic Development for the state of Maryland. He's forgotten more than any of us in here even know about the economy and how to grow business. And it is a pleasure always to have him. Dave, come on up. Give it up for Dave Iannucci.
Well, good morning to you all. It's a pleasure to be here. I know County Executive Baker sends his regrets. He very much wanted to be here. I do want to acknowledge the role of Jim Coleman and the Economic Development Corporation and say thank you for all the great EDC staff and your contribution, not only for today, because today actually is dealing with municipalities. It's just one of the many, many outreach efforts that EDC has been undertaking across the board, whether it's the faith community or small businesses or contractors and so forth. So you're really doing great work at getting the message out. I want to acknowledge Maxine Pfeiffer, the president of the Prince George's County Municipal Association. I know she was very helpful to help us coordinate this event. B. Tigner, one of my great friends, someone I've admired for 20 years, and I know the municipal connection. B, it's really great to see you here. And then Tom Himmler, who Jim mentioned as well, who's my direct boss. Tom's got a really superb position. He not only controls the money, so he's got the budget side of things, but he's got a very strong focus on economic development. And that's actually unusual in county government, to see someone who actually controls the county dollars who's so supportive of what we're doing in economic development. So Tom, thank you very much. If the county executive was here, he would tell you this is a great time to be in Prince George's County. We have things going on all over the place. The schools are improving dramatically. Public safety numbers are spectacular. And then from an economic development perspective, the hat a lot of us wear, we're just seeing more and more numbers that are showing that progress is going in the direction we wanted to go. I don't know if Jim's going to give you any of these numbers or so forth, but we're up more than 5,400 jobs year over year, which is the best growth we've had in the county. There are more employed people who live in Prince George's County than we've had in years. The unemployment rate is down, and we've got projects going on from north to south. And we're very, very excited what that's doing for the county and what it does for our municipalities. And as you all know, we have more municipalities in Prince George's County than any other jurisdiction. So that means it's a great time for our municipal leaders to become more involved in what we are doing in economic development in Prince George's County. And that's why you're here. You're here to learn from the Economic Development Corporation of what they can do to support the business communities in your jurisdictions. They're here to help you understand what we can do to get more of your residents to work and to find jobs, because we have very important jobs that are out there in some of our major projects. And some of the folks who are at EDC who are working hard to make sure that Prince George's County residents get those share of jobs at MGM, at the hospital when it comes, at the FBI when it comes. They actually have some serious concerns that we're going to not have enough workers in this county with the skills. So you need to help them understand how to identify the workers in your jurisdictions so we can get them those jobs that we fought so hard to take. So you're going to have a chance to learn about collaboration and partnership with your business communities. You're going to have a chance to learn from each other, share best practices potentially, because there's a big difference in municipalities in Prince George's County. There are some of you who are large governments with economic development organizations, and some of you I know are smaller, and you're just kind of struggling along with a very, very thin staff, and we understand that. We, in the county executive's office, have worked with municipalities from Capitol Heights, where we've really gone in there and helped them bring a consultant, to Bowie, which has got one of my good friends there, John Henry King. Thank you for John. John knows how to get me 24 hours a day. And he can tell you if you need to know how to reach me in 3 or 4 methods of communication. He knows how to find me. He knows where I live, actually. So I applaud on behalf of the county executive, the 27 municipalities in Prince George's County. I applaud you for being here. I know you're all very, very busy. I have the pleasure of working with the TNI Bladensburg East Riverdale community. And I was going to say, Bladensburg, of course, the incorporated part of that. And it's a really important part of our job. It's one of the highest priorities of County Executive Baker. We all work to address all of the challenges that the TNI areas had. And in economic development is one of the areas where we've spent a lot of time talking. I know that Jim has actually been and met with your business community, and I think it's very important collaboration that we're going to build, because I think we actually, I'll be the first to acknowledge, we can do more in Bladensburg, and we can do more in your communities to support the small businesses. So again, on behalf of the county executive, on behalf of the county government, Tom Himmler and myself, thank you for being here. Thank you, Jim, and thank you to all the great EDC staff.
Thank you so much, Dave. I'd like to now introduce our sponsors who helped us to cover the cost of this wonderful meeting and forum that we're having this morning. Denise Dunn, an account executive with Care First. We greatly appreciate your support, and we'd like to give you the floor now. So let's give it up for Denise and Care First and her team.
You're most welcome. Good morning, everyone. I'm Denise Dunn, and I'm with Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield, and we're really, really glad to be here today. We were excited when you reached out to us. And we said, of course, we'll be a sponsor. So thank you very much, first of all, for having us. And I'm also a proud Prince George's County resident as well. I live 10 minutes down the street, so if you need me, you can find me. I'm not going to take up a ton of time, but I just wanted to provide information regarding Care First as a company, as well as information regarding Care First as to what we actually do within the community, because both are equally important. First of all, we are a not-for-profit company, not a nonprofit, but a not-for-profit company. We are the largest insurer in the region, in addition to being the largest municipal insurer in this region. We have Prince George's Schools, which is one of the largest school systems, if not the largest school system in the region, as well as Prince George's Community College, which I am actually personally responsible for both, with, of course, my team. We don't have Prince George's government as a client, but would love to have them. But, you know, heck, I couldn't resist. But for the community side, because we're a not-for-profit company, we've given $453 million since 2004 within the region, Maryland, Virginia, and DC. But specifically for the county, since 2011, we have donated $5.4 million to different Prince George's County organizations. And in the back of the room, you'll see this brochure. Please take one. This breaks down specifically what organizations we partner with, specifically in this county. And we have our mission right on our website. If your organization aligns with our corporate mission, we recommend that you go to our website, put in an application. We'll sponsor you if you're within our corporate mission. We want to spend money within the county. We're not just insuring your members, we're partnering with the county, and that's important to us. We wanted to also just congratulate you on your first open house. This looks like it's going to be a wonderful event. Looking forward to partnering with many more to come. I also have my Care First team with me. I have Michelle Gabron, Major Lewis hiding in the back, and Michelle Finney also in the back. We're available throughout the presentation, and we'll stay afterwards to address any questions that you may have. Thank you so much again for having us. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Denise. Let's give it up to Denise and Care First one more time for being great partners. We can have one of these every single month. All right, you all, we can do it, Denise, if you want to.
Okay,
so,
absolutely.
Thank you all so much. I now am going to bring up our Chief of Staff, Britta Vanderlinden, and she is going to share with you some prizes and goodies that I can barely wait for her to talk about. We were going to at least put this kind of like at the end of the event today. I woke up this morning, I couldn't take it. I felt like it was Christmas morning. I was downstairs looking at the Christmas tree. I sent Britta a note and I said, we got to move this up. Because what she's getting ready to show you, really, I got this idea came from John. It was John, you listen up. John is one of the first team members that I met out in one of our municipalities, and John said, Jim, one thing the EDC can do is let us know who you all are. Give us something that we've got on a contact list so we can at least know who to call. We've got that and more, John. So I'm not going to kill any of Britta's thunder here. So Britta, let's give it up for Britta Vanderlinden. She did a wonderful job. We can put this together. Make it happen, girl.
Thank you, Jim. Well, we can't let you leave today without giving you some presents. So that's what we have in front of you here today. There's two things. Let's see if this works. Can you all hear me? We have presents. A packet, this folder, if you could open this up first today. What I'd like you to know is that everything that we're going to share with you today, the resources and the programs, it's all outlined in this packet, as well as a guide. In this packet, this folder, if you could open it up, on the left-hand side is the agenda, the program that we're going to cover today. Behind that is a survey that our friend from the Arts and Humanities Council will cover later in the program. Behind that is a brochure that we take with us everywhere we go, whether it's outside the county, around the country, and around the world. This is this is pretty much our calling card for Prince George's County that highlights some of our communities, and any company that's interested in relocating or expanding into the county, this shows them available space and snapshots of some of our wonderful communities here. Behind that, We have flyers about some of our wonderful programs that we're going to tell you about later today. On the other side of the packet, on the right-hand side, we have a welcome letter from Mr. Coleman. Behind that, you'll have a copy of the entire PowerPoint presentation that we're presenting today. So feel free to make notes on that PowerPoint presentation, and we will also send you an electronic version of this PowerPoint presentation following today's event. Behind that are copies of flyers of all of our exciting upcoming events. And we also have our professional resource guide that we share with small businesses throughout the community, and a flyer about a service that we provide to minority businesses, flyers about our accelerator program. Again, these are resources that you'll learn about throughout the program. Then we have copies of various articles that we have had in publications that you may have heard of, such as the Washington Post and the Washington Business Journal just last week. So we wanted to be sure that you saw copies of that. We were very excited to have this placement because this is one of our major efforts to help bring exposure about Prince George's County to the major publications throughout the region. And also, importantly, I wanted to point out that in this packet is my business card on the left-hand side. So feel free to contact me anytime with any follow-up questions that you might have. Now, the big present and the big goodie that Mr. Coleman was referring to was this resource guide. It looks like a wonderful magazine. Now, I'd like to have Jamie Gannell raise her hand. Jamie Gannell, along with Chris Valentine, is taking pictures. Chris Valentine took the pictures that are in this guide, and Nicole Edwards, who welcomed you at the front desk coming in. The three of them pulled this guide together. This guide is your one-stop shop for the EDC, and we prepared it especially for you today. We would like you to keep this on your coffee table at home and at work, and it shares with you pictures, so you can literally put a face to the name of everyone at the EDC. We are so proud of everyone who works here at the EDC, and we wanted you to know exactly who they are and what they do. And following our staff photos and who they are and what they do is all of the resources and programs that you're going to learn about today. So this is a must-have that I hope you keep close with you. So we're very proud. Thank you to Jamie and Chris and Nicole for putting this together. And there's one other thing. Yeah.
Does this meet your request, John? I want to know.
I think it's a great document. How do we get additional copies that we can distribute in our community?
All right.
You can send it out electronically.
Yeah.
We've got a few others.
Electronically, perfect.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Good job, Jamie, Chris, and Nicole. Good job. And there's one other team member that I'd like to introduce you to, and that's Josh Reynolds, who's sitting right there taking pictures. Josh, wave your hand. Josh has been taking pictures like mad today for this purpose, to be posting on Facebook and our other social media platforms. As Mr. Coleman said, this is the beginning of a conversation, and one way that we continue the conversation is on social media. What we found is that our business owners and job seekers throughout the county use Facebook primarily to communicate. And we have gone from 100 to over 1,400 followers on Facebook in the last 8 months. How many of you utilize Facebook? Great. Could you take out your phones right now? Go ahead and open up Facebook and type in Prince George's County Economic Development Corporation and click like. And that way, you'll be able to learn about any new initiatives and programs and exciting events and share them with your constituents. And similarly, you can share with us what's going on in your community so that we can share with our thousands of followers. Ms. Bladensburg, Carlincia Peck, has been a great example of that. They share on our page things that are going on in Bladensburg, and we've then been disseminating that on Facebook and then in our BizBuzz email, which has more than 13,000 email recipients. So please follow us on Facebook, and if you're on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram and YouTube. We're also on those outlets, so I encourage you to follow us. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very
Mr.
much.
Coleman?
Well, again, thanks so much to my wonderful team for pulling these wonderful resources together. And we've got enough for everybody. We'll send this all out electronically. We'd like to now take you through an economic development overview, and then we'll get deeper into what we're doing for businesses and then also for our job seekers here in the county. To start off with, we've got a lot of great things that are going on. I came down here last May, and I have had a blast. It's been like a fast first year, and it has been a wonderful opportunity to be able to get out and meet wonderful business leaders, municipal leaders, and being able to help us to do a lot of great things that are going on in our county. Dave was touching on the enormous job growth that we've had year over year, but this morning 12,000 more of our residents got up and went to work this morning versus 5 years ago. The payroll on the private sector is up over $1 billion versus 5 years ago. Thank goodness for the direction and leadership of County Executive Baker and his wonderful executive team. We are now looking at it is morning again in Prince George's County. We've got enormous projects that are in the pipeline. Coming down from Westchester County, no county in the United States is experiencing this kind of growth. Certainly not up in Westchester, maybe New York City, but as far as a county, we are second to none in the United States. Look at some of the projects that we have right now in the pipeline. A $700 million brand new hospital that's looking to be developed here, right here in Largo, about 2 miles from where we're having this wonderful meeting. A $1.3 billion brand new resort and casino that's taking place right now down at National Harbor that's due to be finished probably by the end of this year, fourth quarter, and it's going to create over 3,600 new jobs for our residents that they can compete for and go after wonderful high-paying jobs at this wonderful project. They are working like crazy to get this project done. The weather's been on our side, but this project is going to create a lot of jobs as well as procurement opportunities for a lot of our small businesses, up to $70 million a year in procurement opportunities. Then we're also looking good. Dave is taking the lead on helping us to try to get the FBI out here. We've got 2 wonderful sites. This wonderful project would help us to bring 11,000 new jobs directly with the FBI, as well as thousands of other jobs that will come in the focus of having new contractors that will be coming to town and competing to do business with the FBI. We will literally become the cyber security capital of the world. And so this project is looking good, but you can see that we've got some major projects and major things that are going on in our county. With all of those wonderful things, though, that are going on, at the EDC, we have not stopped looking at what else we can do. So this is no time to cool off. Dr. King said that when he was giving his famous speech on the Lincoln Memorial, the March on Washington. He said, this is no time to cool off. And the reason why is that while everything is going very well, when you look at benchmarking yourselves against other counties in our state, we're taking a look at Montgomery County, and over in Montgomery County, their median household income is a little higher than ours. We're right now at $74,000, which is $20,000 ahead of the national average, but we're not going to give up and cool off. The reason why is that the opportunity could be at $98,000 if we did the right things as far as attracting more employers here with high wage jobs and helping our existing employers to stay here and to rapidly grow and to expand. You can look at the tax base. They're bringing in about $163+ billion a year. We're bringing in nearly $80 billion. That's a big gap that we can close if we continue to work together to be able to attract more businesses, help our existing businesses to continue to grow and expand. When you look at the poverty rate, we're about 9.4%, they're 6.7%. A lot of that's going to come from making sure that a lot of our residents are in higher wage jobs, not minimum wage jobs, but jobs where they can get some quick training. Liz and her team are going to talk about some specific areas. I'm going to talk about it when we get into our sector strategy, but we're looking for high wage jobs so that we can lift that income and get more of our residents out of poverty. When you look at our schools, 62% of our kids are going to school each day and they're relying on free lunch versus 35% over in Montgomery County. 15% of our households make $150,000 or more, but 30% of the households in Montgomery County. I only say this not to say that we're not doing a good job. I only say this just like any kind of competitor out there. You've got to always look at what can we do? What if we did everything right? What could be the possibility of possibilities? Montgomery County doesn't have a 4-year college over in Montgomery County. I've talked to major corporations where they are literally shocked with the number of universities that we have in colleges here. They're shocked to even know that the University of Maryland is even in Prince George's County. About 4 weeks ago, I met with a major CEO of a large Fortune 20 company, and when I started talking about Prince George's County, when I got to that page on the University of Maryland, she said, hold it, that's not true. The University of Maryland is in Montgomery County. I said that. She said, can you show me that on a map? They could not believe it, you all. They could not believe 8 colleges and universities, 15 metro stations, 5 of which we're rapidly growing. We've got a workforce where 30% of our residents have a college degree. We've got 27,000 acres of parkland. We've got affordable space. We've got landowners who are ready to build quickly. This is the time to invest in Prince George's County. We're telling a lot of companies over in Northern Virginia and DC and all across, we've gone to China, and we're across the Pacific, the Potomac, and the Atlantic, and we're spreading the word, and we're not groveling and begging, because these are the best times ever to be able to come here to invest. But you can see we've got some big opportunities, and we're going after that at the EDC, and that's why we're here today to partner with you to make that happen. So going after those opportunities, we've launched a whole campaign this year called Activating Prosperity. That's about going to every single village, every hamlet, and activating prosperity with all of our residents who are looking for work. Like Liz always says, if you don't have a job, we'll get you any job. Once you get your any job, we'll get you a better job. Once we help you with your better job, we're here to help you to get a career. If you want to go further and you want to go in your own business, we're here at the EDC of being able to help our residents to go in their own business, all the way to where they could grow and become even a large company. So we're helping every single person and individual in every business here in Prince George's County. We're activating prosperity and making it happen. Let me share with you the key strategies that we're implementing with our Activating Prosperity strategy. It's not new, and I was happy coming down here last year that I didn't have to wander around in this county for 6 or 9 months trying to have a lot of conversations on what do you think we should do? Where should we go? What should we implement? What should be the recommended strategies? The author of this wonderful strategy is Dave Iannucci. I read this before I came down, fortunately, to interview, and Dave and I had a quick talk on the phone, and I said, Dave, I can't wait to, who created the Economic Drivers and Catalyst program? He said, you've got it, I was going to go through it with you. I was happy that we already had that in place. Why? Because it saves us a lot of time. We need to execute this, and that's what the whole EDC team is focused on every single day. I'm going to take you through what we're looking at on this strategy, and we are moving forward with it very aggressively. Starting off with, number one, we want to retain and grow our 16,000 current employers. Dave's right on. You don't want to go out and try to get new business when you got a hole in the bottom of the boat. So you got to make sure that you're holding on to your existing employers. And so we've implemented a campaign called We Care, where we're going out to talk to our 500 largest employers here in Prince George's County. And the reason why, those 500 employers represent 50% of the 300,000 jobs that are here in the county. So it's very important that we hold on to those key employers. We're also going out through a lot of other means, through multimedia and getting earned media and having a marketing campaign, and through our weekly Biz Buzz to reach out to our other smaller businesses, the 15,500 small businesses that are rapidly growing and expanding. So we're doing our best to hold on to every single employer, whether they have 1 employee or 10,000 employees. We're not missing out on going out to talk to our federal agencies. We even put every federal agency on the list, as well as all of our universities. I had a meeting with Dr. Lowe and Dr. Dukes. I said, are you going to stay? Are you all happy? Dr. Lowe said, we're thinking about it. The reason why I've met, though, with Dr. Lowe is that they're always thinking about launching new programs, and we want those new programs to be where you all here in Prince George's County, right? It could be anywhere if we're not in there talking this up. They could put that in Howard County or Anne Arundel or some other county if we are not on top of it. And the same thing goes for all of our federal agencies. We are not taking it for granted. Terry McAuliffe is up here every single day. If you don't believe it, you're missing the boat. He is knocking on every single door, every single federal agency. He wants everything up here. And so we've got to make sure that we hold on to all of our federal agencies, that we understand their strategy and where they're headed. Let me show you some of the numbers that we've uncovered on We Care. And it is, thank goodness for Pradeep, raise your hand, Pradeep, and all of my directors of economic development, David, Mayank, John. Where's Larry? There's Larry right there. Raise you all's hands. Stand up, please. They're kind of shy because of these great results, you all. They don't like me bragging on them. Stand up, Pradeep. Stand up. I want them to all know us, okay? They get a little shy because they're smart as they can be, but they don't like bragging. I'm the key bragger of this place, okay? They don't like bragging, but I do. So, Tom, I do. It's my job, Tom. I brag, okay? I sometimes feel like I'm an auctioneer when I'm out here talking about Prince George County. $10 bidder now, 20 now, 20 now, $20 bidder now, 30 now. I love it because the numbers are great. Let me show you what's going on, what this team delivered so far. We launched this campaign, John, didn't we, on July the 13th of last year. So far, we visited 350 out of the 500 largest employers here in Prince George's County. We had face-to-face meetings with them. They represent over nearly 74,000 jobs, the ones that we've met with so far. 311 of them saying they're staying. Some of them are in the process. Some of the others are in the process of making decisions to, some have been bought out by other big companies, and we're doing our best to hold on to them. But we haven't lost a lot. When you go down into the creating of the jobs, 184 of them, when we sit down and talk to them, they said we are now in the process of creating more jobs. And we want to know that because we've got a ton of programs that we're going to talk about today that we can help them to lower their costs, but more importantly, we can provide them a service out of our one-stop center of helping them to connect with a highly educated, ready, skilled, highly motivated workforce. And so Liz and her team have all kinds of job fairs to help our existing employers to identify talent in the market, our residents, to be able to get them to go to work. From that 184 companies and organizations that are in the process of hiring, look at the number of jobs that are being created. Nearly 5,400 jobs are being created right now as we speak by our existing employers. You cannot beat that, you all. They are doubling down on Prince George's County. We're excited about it, but we're also excited to be in the loop on it firsthand so that we can give them the resources, the support they need, and direct our residents to these jobs. 110 told us they're looking for using our workforce services solutions. We're going to get into that in a little while on what that means. Some of them, 39, are looking for some of the financing programs that we have, and we're excited to be able to help them with that. 11 are looking for permitting assistance. The county executive, July the 1st, 2013, launched this incredible overhaul on permitting here in the county. And it gives us one of the most competitive advantages of being able to move quickly and be able to respond to all of our developers and all of our employers here. So many of them are looking for that extra help and to be able to fast forward on the permitting process. So that's a beautiful chart. I look at this chart all the time, you all. I'm excited about it. We want to make sure that we hold on. We're going to keep on until we get to the 500, and I'm going to let you all in on a secret. I'm going to keep going to the next 500 after we get to the 500. So we'll probably get to probably 750 to 1,000, hopefully by the end of this year. So I want to give it up to my team, and I want to thank them for doing a wonderful job of staying focused on this. The next thing that we're doing outside of holding on to our existing employers, now we're going out and trying to get new employers to come to the county. We call this Operation 535. Dave calls it execute a tailored acquisition strategy for targeting 4 clusters. That's what's in this book, you all. We're calling it Operations 535. Why? Because we've identified 535 companies that are located in Washington, D.C. and Northern Virginia, where we know their leases are expiring in the next 48 months, and we are knocking on their doors left and right. So far, we've seen and met with about 100 of them, and we're not in there begging and groveling. We're not saying, please come because we've got free rent and we've got low rent. We don't have to say that. You all saw some of that when you're walking in on the video. We took the Washington Post. They said, I want to see this in action. I want to see what you say. And when I sat down and talked to these different business owners, we went over to Northern Virginia and 2 in D.C. We saw 4 in that one day. We sat down and talked about, we've got 14 federal agencies that do $100 billion in procurement. We've got a great county, a county government that's open for business. We can fast forward whatever approvals you need. On top of that, we've got an educated workforce of 30% of them having a college degree. We've got 8 colleges and universities, of which of the top 3 universities, with University of Maryland, Bowie State, and Prince George Community College, we've got 60,000 brainiacs that can transform your company. When you've got those kind of assets, you do not have to beg and grovel. I told them, like I said, if you're looking for cash, strong backs and low wages, we'll take a pass. If you're looking for being able to tap into incredible talent, if you're looking for being able to do business in our county where it's unbelievable on the procurement opportunities and where you can grow and thrive, less red tape and lower amounts of taxes and lower leasing rates, we are that place. And so that one day that the Washington Post went out, 3 of them that day, right there in front of Arella, said, we're going to come over to Prince George's County. Right there on the spot, and we're continuing this effort. Pradeep and John led an effort over in Union Market, where we literally went down there and talked to wholesalers and retailers that are being pushed out right now. The city of D.C., Washington, D.C., they are absolutely the absolute best economic development partners on the planet. They are doing their best to push out as much business and as many millennials as possible. We can barely keep up with it. We love them to death. But we went down to Union Market, had a meeting with about 30 retailers, took 20 of them right on the spot. John and Pradeep met with them. We went down there and talked about the value of what we have to offer. 200,000 square feet in Prince George's County was absorbed. And these wholesalers and retailers were saying, you saved us. We wish you were down here sooner. Thank you for saving us. We showed them first-class space here in Prince George's County, industrial space. We gave them something unique. Instead of having the sidewalk, we now have platforms. They've got where you can back the truck up and you've got a loading dock instead of having to roll your products and goods across a messy sidewalk. They were impressed with the modern space that we have and the cost and the friendliness that we have of being able to come to them and to invite them to this wonderful county. So we're on the move. We're not stopping. We're going across the Potomac. We're going across the Atlantic. We're going to go across the Pacific. We're going everywhere we can to be able to bring business back to this wonderful county. Let me share with you. Here's some of the other examples. Well Done Catering, a great company that came out of Union Plaza, or Union Market. 13,000 square feet that were absorbed out here in the county, 18 great jobs. They're located in Hyattsville. Solid Gold, one of the big ones, grocery distributor, 34,000 square feet was absorbed, 40 great jobs. Basilio Cobb, they signed up the day the Washington Post was with us. He said, look, I grew up in Prince George's County. We need to have an office out there. And we talked to him about the opportunities to do business with the market that we have and how we match make our small businesses to these agencies. They signed a lease a couple of weeks ago and they're rapidly building out, and you'll see that in the news. But they're looking at about 21 great jobs in the county. Again, we're looking at jobs right now. Earlier, I shared with you, we're looking for jobs in the IT sector because those are high-wage jobs. That's here in our sector strategy. Healthcare, we've got a brand new hospital coming up. Why not ramp up our training and recruitment of getting more medical professionals here and helping our existing residents to be able to get ready for these jobs? And then business services, everything related to law firms, accounting firms, and consulting firms. We're going after them, and then federal government agencies as well. So those are the high-wage job sectors that we can bring to our county, invite them to be here, and create more high-wage job opportunities for our residents to help us to raise the median household income for all of our households. Let's keep it moving here. I'm going to have Larry Henson come up while I'm talking about this slide. Larry is our guru when it comes to retail as well as real estate development. He's leading up the effort again this year. We're going out to ICSC. Last year was my second week on the job. I told the county executive, I said, this job's killing me. I'm out in Vegas on the second week of work. Goodness gracious. But Larry leads this effort every single year. Look at the results. And Larry, I'm going to ask him to get into some of the details. But Larry rocked last year out in Vegas and helping us to bring Nordstrom Rack, Krispy Kreme, which I don't need, but I can't wait for them to get here, Beltsville. We're going back again this year. We want to partner with each of our municipalities. If you've got ideas, when we get to the brainstorming session, please share with us what you want us to do and be able to represent you when we go out to ICSC. Larry?
Yeah. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
The way we operate in a nutshell is this. The same way if you were to go to see your doctor, before they would write a prescription, they would do some investigation as to your issues and concerns dealing with your body. So what we do is regarding the particular space and location, we take the same approach. We find out what the particular needs are, what has worked historically, what the opportunities are, and where this particular site will be in 5, 10, 15 years. Compare that with what are the trends within the marketplace. And then we look at various options that fit that particular environment based off of demographic and psychographic information. Who, what, how old they are, what have been their past shopping habits, things along those lines. And then as a result of that, then we target them. We reach out and speak with our developers as to what they're looking for. We'll meet with individual retailers. Some of them use retail brokers as a representative for them. And then we'll meet with them individually, especially if they're in this marketplace, use various events like the ICSC event, which is in Vegas. It is the largest gathering of retailers in the world. There are developers from around the world. Every major retailer in the country is located there, and almost every major municipality that exists. And I call it the largest dating game that exists. And that's how we go about that approach. There's also one called the Mid-Atlantic ICSC that takes place at National Harbor, which just passed in the month of March. We use that event to springboard us and go into ICSC Vegas. It literally is an event that we have to plan probably 3, 4, almost 5 months in advance to achieve our goals in that event. If you have any questions, I look forward to speaking with you after the event. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Larry. One thing Larry didn't say, I've challenged him. John almost fell out when I said this. I said, look, I want us to go out, I want 2 Apple stores. 2 Apple stores? You're crazy. No, I'm not. We have locations in this wonderful county where we could absorb 2 Apple stores. I want 5 Cracker Barrels. John said 5? Yeah. 3 to 5. I want a Bloomingdale's. I don't know if it'll happen overnight, but we're going to go after it. I want a Capitol Grill and a Ruth's Chris. Copper Canyon can't even keep up. It's swamped every day and every night. We have wonderful locations in this incredible county. Our job is to be able to go out there with the partnerships we're going to have with our developers and go straight to these concepts. Last year, Larry led a great effort. The governor was there, the county executive. We had a ton of great people underneath the tent. We had great developers coming to us. While that's going on this year, we're also going to go on the offense. We're going to go to Apple, Bloomingdale's, what's the others? Capitol Grill, Ruth's Chris, Cracker Barrel. John loves Cracker Barrel. I do too. I grew up on Cracker Barrel. I love it. I want Uncle Herschel's. I could eat that every day. Uncle Herschel's. We deserve that. We deserve to have high end here, you all. We've got a great county. We're going to fight like crazy, but we can't do it without your help, and we can't do it without the help of our developers. I met with Tom yesterday. Tom lit a fire up underneath me. Tom said, Jim, y'all need to get out and start meeting with these developers. Larry's doing a wonderful job on it. But we are going to do a fast tour between now and the next 45 days, starting on Monday. And I want to meet with the top 20, 25 developers to make sure we understand, what do you want? Where are you heading? Here's what we'd like for you to do. What do you have right now in vacancies? Who just moved out? Who you think is getting ready to move out? Who would you like to have? Here's who we would like. We don't want you to just come in and just go low end, just to get, rent. We want to partner with our developers before they go low end, be able to show them that they've got support from us, and we'll hold their hand, not just in Vegas, but throughout this whole year, and helping them to identify the right kind of retail outlets that they can put in their developments that will create the right kind of rent, but will satisfy the needs of our residents and giving them the shopping experience that they deserve. I don't want to go into too much more on that, but Larry's doing a wonderful job. He's asking for a lot of money, so if you want to go, please give us a check and help us to pay for the cost, because it's not free. And if you could join us, it's a great party, and thank you, Larry, for what you're doing. Thank you. Let's go to the next slide here. If I'm slow, speed me up. China mission, we went to China, you all, last September. First time I'd gone to anywhere outside. The biggest trip I've ever been to is Hawaii. We went to China. It was unbelievable. County executive led this great trade mission. We went to Beijing September the 4th through the 7th. We stopped in Xiamen 7th through the 9th, and we ended it in Shanghai. We had incredible results, great highlights that came out of this. We had great meetings that we had set up. We went through our value pitch on 9 different times throughout those 3 different parts of China. We talked to groups from 50 people in the audience all the way up to 500 people. We had a translator to talk about Prince George's County, but the amount of enthusiasm that I talked about, I think I didn't even need a translator, because they were getting it. They got the message. We're on fire here. 17 businesses in Beijing expressed interest in wanting to move into our accelerator here in Largo. On top of that, we introduced a lot of our delegates that went on this trip, 13 delegates, to Z Park, where it's pretty much like their Silicon Valley. And they're booming out there, and they want to have an exchange with the University of Maryland, and we're continuing to follow up on that. On top of that, we have 33 pre-arranged meetings, business-to-business meetings for our delegates. We started doing deals not when we landed in Beijing, but before the plane even took off. Some of our delegates were even able to start doing business together on the plane. While they were working and learning about each other's projects, they started doing business together right then. So it was a tremendous amount of success. Overall, we're looking at about $100 million in opportunities that are in the pipeline. We're still working on being able to help our delegates to get private investment from investors out of China, as well as partner with them to be able to do business here in the United States, and using Prince George's County as the gateway. So we're excited. We want to continue to go back. The county executive has a big focus on a 4-point plan for international business development. We want to execute 12 mutual briefing days that are going to be held here in this office, in this room where we're sitting right now, with 12 countries, starting with Canada, Nigeria. We just brought on Martin. Will you please stand? Martin just came on board last Thursday. Give it up for Martin. He came on board. He's our new director of International Business Development. He's taken it to a new level. He came on from the U.S. Commerce Department, so he knows a lot about the various programs and already has established relationships with a lot of embassies and a lot of movers and shakers around the world. So we're going after some major countries and inviting them to come here to learn more about Prince George's County and how we can do business with those various countries. On top of that, the governor has a ton of different trade missions that they have, so we're going to be inviting our business leaders and businesses to go on those trade missions. Third, we are going to go after setting up several trade missions over the next 3 years that the county executive is going to lead. Some of them will be with China. We're going to go to Cuba. We're going to go to Africa. We're going to go to Canada. We're going to go to Central America, South America. We're going all over the globe to being able to bring businesses back here. The fourth one is that we want to rapidly help our existing businesses to export overseas. Only 1% of small businesses export overseas. While that's going on, 95% of the world's consumers outside the United States and 75% of the world's purchasing power is outside the United States. So the state, the federal government, Martin's on board to help us with this. The state and federal government have millions of dollars of being able to help our small businesses to export. We want to be able to help them to do that. They've got over 90 different business agents that are scattered all over the world. The state has about 10, where we can literally matchmake you with key governments as well as businesses all over the world by sectors of being able to do business. United States, I want to wrap up on this. The United States companies are on fire because overseas we're seen as having high regulations and high quality standards. And so anything that's produced or provided in a service format is hot right now overseas, anywhere in the world. And so we want to be able to help hold our small businesses by the hands of being able to go after this world market. We want to also promote entrepreneurship. We've had several events here. John's going to talk about some of the things that we have done, but we are having monthly events with our Thursday events on the third Thursday of every single month, where we help them to matchmake and to learn more about each other and to do business. We're bringing in our large federal agencies to matchmake them, to be able to show them the procurement opportunities that exist in this wonderful county. But on top of that, we're getting the word out by going out to our 25 largest faith-based organizations here in the county to be able to sit down and to talk about small business development and how we can help entrepreneurs to launch a business, the kinds of loans that we have, the kinds of services, the tax incentives, and the amount of space that we have available here in the county. So we're holding our entrepreneurs by the hand and helping them to grow. One hot area for entrepreneurship, of course, is the Innovation Hub at College Park. And so we've got a meeting coming up with Ken Ullman, where we're going to rapidly grow the pipeline of bringing more businesses, as well as helping entrepreneurs to be able to launch at our Innovation Hub here in Prince George's County. We're launching a proactive outreach campaign. Britt and her team do a fabulous job on the earned media side. That doesn't cost us a dime when we show up in the Washington Post and the Business Journal. They do a wonderful job on being able to get the word out that way, but we're also in the process of raising over $1 million to help us with a paid media campaign, and you'll hear more about that coming up. We're preparing our workforce for high-wage jobs with a ton of different training. I'm not going to kill any of the thunder from my team. I'm going to leave it up to them, but we've got some really fabulous programs that's going to knock your socks off. Things that you probably have never even heard about that are available to our residents, and we want you to help us spread the word on these wonderful programs that will transform lives. We're making our locations at our train stations more competitive and helping us to bring more smart companies and millennials to our county. We've identified 5 different stations out of the 15 where we're going to have rapid development. If you've read 2035, this is Fern and her team. They put this fabulous 2035 plan together for Prince George's County that shows we're going to be developing over 65,000 units of multifamily housing over the next 5 to 7 years. We're going to do that primarily around these metro stations: New Carrollton, Largo Town Center, Branch Avenue, Prince George's Plaza, and Suitland. And it's going to help us to be more competitive. It's going to help us to be able to bring more businesses, and it's going to help us to create more jobs and more tax revenue for all of our municipalities. I'll speed up on this. Then we're going to now get into our business development resources. John, do you want to come up and touch on this? Keisha, come on up, Keisha. Keisha Logan is our new small business services manager, and it is a delight. She came over from Anne Arundel County. She came to us. She was over there working in small businesses and helping them to grow, got a little bit bored, and she heard all about the great news over in Prince George's County, so I got to get over there and be a part of that. So she came on board in our workforce development team, and recently I promoted her to manager of small business services. She's now going to take you through all of the services that we have available for our small businesses. Keisha.
Good morning. Let's start right here. So in our small businesses, my name is Keisha Logan, like you said, the manager of small business services. So I work with all of the entrepreneurs here in Prince George's County. And we basically will have, our division helps you with anything that you need pertaining to your business. We're partnering with all of our local resources that can help you. So we do business plan development and review if you need help with that. We help you with your marketing strategies. We help you with your minority business enterprise certification, your your Prince George's County certification, your woman-owned service, small business certification. So if you're trying to do business with the government, we help you through that process. We also help you get your business financing and loan packaging together. So we partner with FSC First and other financial institutions to help you get financing for your different projects in your business. We have various trainings, workshops, webinars, all kind of outreach and networking events to help you partner with other businesses to grow your business. We also, one of the partners that we partner with is SCORE. So they will help you with mentoring. SCORE is a fantastic, it's a network of over 11,000 veteran-owned business owners who can help mentor you. So whatever your sector is, what your business concentration is, they can partner you with somebody who has the same background, who's already walked that path. We talked about everything is in your folder of things that we have upcoming. Some of this stuff has already taken place, but the socioeconomic certifications that we have, your teaming agreements and partnerships, these are all of the things that we work with you on and what our workshops cover. And they're great events. So usually these events have over 100 to 200 participants in attendance. We also have an accelerator program upstairs. We help any Prince George's County startup business that has a high potential for growth. So if you are in business over 1 year but less than 3 years, our targeted sectors are technology, professional services, healthcare services, and we have 18 companies in total right now. We are expanding our accelerator program to be able to accept more participants. This is the life cycle of what our accelerator program looks like. It's a 6 to 9 month process. So it is to get you out, get you started, and help you then work with one of our business development directors to find space here in Prince George's County to continue doing business. So these are the steps that we take you through: hiring an attorney, hiring an accountant, setting up your bank account, getting registered, and then signing your accelerator lease and moving on, partnering you again with all of the resources, the financing and stuff, so that you can become a sustainable business in Prince George's County. So that was a very quick overview, but if you have any questions, my name is Keisha Logan. My information is in the wonderful new resource guide, and I'll be happy to assist you. And I think, yeah, go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Ebony Stocks. I am the EDI Fund Business Development Specialist here with the Economic Development Corporation. I'm going to talk about a couple of programs that we have available to our businesses in the county. Here is a list of our resources. I'm going to talk in depth about our Economic Development Incentive Fund, but we also have a number of tax credit programs that are available. These programs, the New Jobs Tax Credit Program, the Enterprise Zone High Tech Tax Credit Programs, are incentives that businesses can get when they locate in certain areas. So enterprise zones aren't throughout the county. It's not in every area. Certain criteria has to be met for businesses to get both income tax credits as well as personal property tax credit, in addition to real estate tax credits. We also have tax increment financing and payment in lieu of taxes. Those are programs that companies can use to help finance infrastructure improvements. And then we also work with FSC First. They have contractor cash flow fund, as well as new market tax credits and other microloan programs as well. Keisha just talked about the EDC accelerator program that is available as well. Just to highlight and talk about the EDI fund, it is a $50 million fund that we can use to attract businesses to the county, as well as help businesses expand as well. There are a number of economic development criteria that a business must meet. One of them, we want to increase the commercial tax base. We want to create new jobs and retain jobs for our existing residents. We have a focus on the developed tier, which are areas inside the Capital Beltway. We're focusing on T&I communities, transit-oriented development, as well as locations in the enterprise zone. We are focusing on businesses that promote local minority and small business enterprises, as well as we give special assistance for companies who are owned by Prince George's County residents. Some of the features of the fund are we do loan balances, of $250,000. Our terms are negotiable. Typically, it's between 5 and 10 years. Interest rate is between 3 and 5%. We do both conventional and conditional loans. The conventional loans are traditional principal and interest payments. Conditional loans mean that the principal and interest are deferred and forgiven at the term of the loan. For conditional loans, we do set a high threshold. We want a lot of jobs. We want good paying jobs for our residents as well. For the fund, we can use it to purchase real estate. We can do construction. We can do leasehold improvements. Businesses can use it to purchase machinery, equipment, as well as relocation fees. If they're coming from DC or another area, we can assist them with moving into the county. Some of the EDI fund benefits, the EDI fund can fill financing gaps. Perhaps a company goes to the bank and they say, well, we're only going to finance 80% of the total project cost. With the EDI fund, we can assist them in filling that gap and getting the project done. It improves expansion feasibility. There's lower debt service payments because our interest rates are competitive. It can conserve funds for working capital, so the business owner doesn't have to put 20% into the project. We can help offset some of that cost. And then county recognition, we do ribbon cuttings, we do everything we can to support the business as well as expedite the permitting process. The fund works. For every dollar that has gone out for EDI fund, we have raised $27 million in private capital. To date, we have financed $23.3 million in EDI fund commitments. We have created over 7,000 jobs. And in our pipeline, we have another 5,000 jobs that we're looking to create as well. We have attracted over $623 million in investment. And we're partnering with the state of Maryland through the Department of Commerce to finance projects as well. To date, they have put in $1.4 million, and we're currently working on additional projects. The demand for the EDI fund is high right now. The program has been in existence since March 2012, just 4 years, and the pipeline is very strong. So I have a couple of examples to share how we use the EDI fund. The first example is Leon Bakery. This was a company coming from Washington, D.C. They had 125 jobs. They heard about Prince George's County. They were looking for a location to expand, and we were able to assist them with a $1 million loan to purchase the property, to do some renovation, and to purchase some equipment as well. Susan Gage Catering was located in Fort Washington, Maryland. They were looking to expand, but unfortunately, they were looking to expand outside of the county. So we were able to work with them to find sites inside of the county that would work for them. We found a site over in Hyattsville, close to the metro station, and we were able to finance some of their leasehold improvements. They worked with a bank partner. So we participated with them via the EDI fund and did both a conditional $300,000 loan as well as a traditional $300,000 loan. So we do look at the criteria, as I said before in previous slides. They were located in a state priority funding area. This is TOD. They're in an enterprise zone. So we're looking to maximize the return on investment for the EDI fund. And then the last example, Thompson Creek. They were looking to expand, needed a facility to accommodate their growth. We were able to give them a $250,000 conditional loan, as well as partner with the state of Maryland, who gave them a $750,000 conditional loan. This project will retain over 300 jobs in the county, and they will create another 150 jobs as well. This project, total project cost of $31 million, which will now be invested in the county. They could have went elsewhere, they were looking elsewhere, but through the EDI fund, we were able to keep these jobs and this investment here. All right, now we're talking about the workforce development, and we have Jess Willey coming up to tell you more about it.
Good morning. Yes, I'm the Assistant Director of Business Services for the Workforce Services Division here at EDC. And the next slide, I guess I'm supposed to move the slides, right? The next slide will show you our life cycle as we engage various businesses in the county and outside the county. Our goal is to connect Prince George's County residents or talent within Prince George's County with various employment opportunities. Make sure that those individuals that we refer have the minimum skill sets to be connected to those employers who are offering livable wages and employment career opportunities for county residents. So as we do that, our first goal is to get out to these businesses and conduct a needs assessment. Understand better what the culture is, understand what the needs are around the talent and skill sets that they are seeking to fill the open positions that they have. So we do ask probing questions when we get there, get those answers, come back and offer them a service proposal. Basically understanding how we're going to get the individuals to them. So we recruit. We have a job matching database similar to Monster.com career builders. And with that, we are able to set up an account for the businesses so that we can post their job orders. On the other side of the platform, we have county residents primarily who are posting their resumes and making themselves available for these opportunities. Also, part of the process is to connect the businesses with an account representative so they can have a single point of contact to help them navigate this life cycle that we are presenting to them. So as we recruit individuals, we have two strategies in which we get these individuals in front of the employers. One can be simply by a resume. They can review the resume and call the individuals in for an interview. Or we can invite them to come in to the One Stop Career Centers. We have two locations, one here in Largo, right down the hall, and we also have one in Laurel. We will advertise the opening for a period of time, maybe five days, business days to maybe 2 weeks, and schedule the date for them to come in and meet with individuals that have been scheduled to meet with them based on the matching skill sets that they're seeking. So those are the two strategies that we use to get individuals in front of the employers. I just mentioned those are just customized job fairs that I was referring to. As I mentioned, the employers will interview and hopefully select these individuals moving forward. We also have various training programs that we can offer to the employers. Yes, okay. One of the highlighted and significant programs we have is Hire Prince George's County. It's a great tool for us to incentivize employers to hire Prince George's County residents if they're willing to partner with us to provide some customized skills training for those individuals who may not meet all the benchmarks that they're seeking. We can actually reimburse the employer up to 90% of the cost of training that individual based on their hourly wage. And the hourly wage has to be at least $14 an hour and up to $25, $75 an hour. We're able to reimburse for a maximum of 6 months under this particular program. And as you can see, the maximum amount that an employer can realize is $12,000 during this partnership. And these are the targeted industry sectors that are consistent with the county's initiative for expansion and growth in the county around commercial development and the emerging markets. Those are the main industry sectors that we're targeting for this particular program. But the bottom line is to get individuals from Prince George's County re-engaged into the workforce and receiving a livable wage that they can move forward with their careers. There's an application process, of course, but we try to simplify that process by having the account representative to help them navigate this particular program as well.
Let me say one thing, Jeffrey, because maybe you all have eaten a lot of breakfast, had a lot of sausage and bacon and eggs and biscuits. What do y'all think of this program? Let me go through it one more time. Jeffrey explained it at the MBA level. If you put any of our residents who are unemployed, Liz, if I say something wrong, don't tell Tom. If you put any of our residents who are currently unemployed and they haven't generated a dime in the last 6 months, and if an employer here in Prince George's County puts them to work and agrees to a program with Jeffrey on on-the-job training, we will reimburse that employer up to 90% of that employee's new salary for the first 6 months. Can y'all believe that? Is that kicking? Let's talk about activating prosperity, isn't it? We've got a lot of residents. As great as our economy is doing, we still have about 18,000, 19,000 residents who are looking for work. So anybody, whether it's a church, not-for-profit, whether it's a large company or small company, we will work with them to get this program done, because the best kind of training is on the job. And so basically what we're doing is we're paying the employer to do the training. Help us to get the word out on this. You've got a flyer in your packet. We'll send it out electronically so that you can make sure you get it out. But please make sure that you top this program up. It's a wonderful program. Jeffrey?
And that's all I have to offer this morning, because I know you have a full schedule. And we have our next presenter, I think is John Mason.
Okay,
Thank you.
Good morning. Isn't this great information? Oh, this is so awesome. My name is John Mason. I'm a business development director here at the EDC. And what makes this job exciting for myself and my colleagues, what I'm about to talk about to you right now. We actually are charged with helping businesses grow and expand within the county, and also helping businesses to locate or relocate to Prince George's County. But there's another thing that we do that we are so passionate about every day that really makes us excited, gets us up in the morning, just ready to just go for it. And that is what we term our business matchmaking services. So we have a new motto around here called Stand and Deliver. It's not just enough for us to have these companies to come here and locate here or to help them grow and expand, but we need to support them all throughout that whole process of them being here. This is where matchmaking comes in. Matchmaking is we're able to actually connect our businesses with opportunities, procurement opportunities, opportunities to get with other companies of like nature so that they can do business, do contracts, and make money and grow and expand, because those companies have to grow and expand to create jobs. They can't stay at the same level. This is where this comes into play. So if you look at this slide, you can see that there's something going on here, and it personifies exactly what I'm talking about. The woman on the right, her name is April Richardson, and she is the Chief Executive Officer for a great company, growing company called DC Sweet Potato Cake. And she's a dynamic individual who is doing some great work in the county right now. But what's going on here is really interesting. This is an event that we had in December, our Christmas party at the EDC, where we invited a lot of our top companies, in to that event at the Woodmore Country Club to celebrate everything that we had done in 2015 with helping our companies grow and expand. April Richardson, president and CEO of DC Sweet Potato Cake, who also used to have her company in DC, but we went out to DC and we made a compelling case and convinced her that she should move this operation to Hyattsville. So she became a part of our, what we called our posse, and we intimately call it this group of people that just kind of follow us around. They're groupies, and Jim's a rock star, and we support it. And so at this particular event, at our Christmas party, she was one of our sponsors. She brought in her product and she was able to distribute that and talk about her product. But at the same time, one of our leading sponsors, who, like Care First, was a company that came in and paid for everything at that Woodmore Country Club. And while we were there at that event, Jim Coleman, and you can see this going on right now, is introducing this type of feeder for more income coming into the municipalities. You guys need that money. Why? You want to pay your public safety officials. You want to be able to just create wealth within the county, because it takes money to grow our counties and our municipalities. And that's where we become partners. We also do the same thing for our public schools. Procurement effort. There's millions upon millions of dollars in procurement that's available for these companies. They probably not really understood that there was an opportunity that exists. So they're able to meet the top procurement officers, Wes Owens and his group, and they're able to have those relationships, understand the process. We're also able to do the same for Prince George's County government. We had our director, Roland Jones of our Office of Central Services, come to our last meeting. He talked to about 200 companies, which is about the number that show up at our events. And Roland was able to tell them about some of those opportunities. And our colleges and our universities, those procurement officers there as well. We're about to invite our colleges and universities in for a forum. So if you look at this slide, it's truly powerful. You look at that. All of those icons, we've had IRS to come, FDA has come, and it's not on here, but we also, based on a connection that we made at the Congressional Black Caucus, was able to get the Cabinet Secretary's #1 person for a small business to come to this forum from GSA. And that's incredible. They were able to talk to a lot of our companies about the opportunities. So $100 billion in US federal agency contract opportunities exclusively being introduced to businesses in Prince George's County. That's what we're doing on a regular basis, and we're excited about it, and we hope that once we get those companies growing and expanding, they're able to contribute to your tax coffers and our tax coffers to help our county grow and be healthy, wealthy, and wise. Is that good? All right, thank you. Now we'll have our next speaker, and that will be...
What we do, that is who we serve. So it's moving away on its own. That's okay. So as Jeffrey said, we serve businesses and we also serve our job seekers. So what I wanted to do is bring Vernice Gonzalez up. She's our lead career consultant to talk to you a little bit more about exactly what we have to offer to the job seeker.
Wow, you guys have been inundated with information. So hopefully you'll come out and you'll be able to help individuals with all the information that you have received. At the One Stop Career Center here in Largo, and also the Laurel Regional Center in Laurel, we assist individuals obtain employment. And we offer many, many services. Oh, this is going a little before me. We offer many, many services to our job seekers to be able to assist them with finding employment. I know many of you meet individuals that often ask, where can I find employment? Who can help me with my resume? Well, here at the One Stop, these are some of the things that we help individuals do. We have several workshops that we offer. The resume, as I mentioned, interviewing, and also effective interviewing, and also we have a career club. Individuals often come in and say, I want to make sure that I put the information correctly on my resume. I'm not sure how many words per minute I type. I'm not sure what my level of proficiency is with Microsoft Office. And we have a test that we're able to give them to actually assist them in putting the right information on their resume. And that's through the Prove It. And this is moving right along. Some of the assessments tools that we have is Prove It. Some individuals come in and say, well, I have 25 years of IT experience. And we say, okay, well, let's prove it. Let's see what your level of proficiency is in IT. These are some of the assessment tools that we have available for our job seekers. We also utilize the Maryland Workforce Exchange, and you can find over 20,000 jobs in there. Today, we are very happy to announce that we are going to start doing our webinars at 1 o'clock, and we are going to be showing job seekers how to access employment utilizing the Maryland Workforce Exchange. At the One Stop Career Center, we do not limit who can actually visit or who we can serve. We have a wonderful reentry program. This particular reentry program assists returning citizens to the county. We help them with job placement. We also help them with federal bonding. Federal bonding is insurance. Many companies do not hire our returning citizens because of liability. With this federal bonding, we're able to provide them bonding $5,000 and up to $25,000 depending on the employment that they're going in. We also provide Job Club assistance. So we have a wonderful staff that is here and is able to assist them with how to look for employment. What are some of the questions that they're going to be asked? How to go about answering those questions as returning citizens. We also have veteran services at the One Stop Career Center, and we have outreach that we're able to refer them to depending on their specific services. We have some veterans that come in and do not have housing. We have partners and we're able to refer them to different places that they can assist them with housing. Also, we have veterans who are not able to transition from back to civilian life, and we also have counselors to assist them with those transitions. In addition to that, we partner up with the Maryland Division of Rehabilitation Services to assist individuals with disabilities also connect and find employment. So as you can see, there is a lot for job seekers here in the Prince George's One Stop Career Center, and in addition to the Laurel Regional Workforce Center. At this time, I'm going to ask Walter Simmons to come and present on 4 of the industries that we train in Prince George's County.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Walter Simmons. I'm the Assistant Director of Operations for our Workforce Services Division. We're bringing it full circle here. So what you've seen is you talked about economic development, driving big business to come in and the opportunities. We then talked about, Jeffrey Swilley talked about how we can connect with businesses and provide matchmaking services. We just got done talking about our one-stop career centers where job seekers are coming in and they're looking for services. So now the job is, how do we bring that together? Our job is to matchmake and match skills. See what employers are looking for in businesses, see what job seekers have, and then try to match them. So in the instance that people come in, they're unemployed, they can't get a job, our job is to upskill them. We've trained 17,000 people. But in people who are really needing that next step, that certification, we offer occupational skills training. That's training. Funds to help people get the certifications, industry recognized certifications, and skills they need to be marketable to all these great employers we're building. Here you see we talk about what do we offer. We offer training in high demand areas. Areas we want to highlight are information technology, healthcare, transportation, and the construction trades. And again, this is like Liz said, this is free training, free opportunities. We're offering funds to people who need it to get to the next step. We're going to help them maximize their earnings by providing them industry recognized certifications, things that they can take this and the employer will recognize the certification when it's on their resume. Average starting salary from $40,000 to $70,000 for information technology. If you look at the bottom, you can go through, what are we helping them get training in? Desktop support technician, help desk technicians, field support technicians, network technicians. These are trades and industries that people are looking for. If you look all across any trends across the world, people say there's a major skills gap. There's a lot of jobs out there, but there's a skills gap for people that want the jobs. That's where there's many. Our job here is taking those skills gap and understanding what do people need, what the businesses are looking for, and making sure our job seekers in Prince George's County have those skills and certifications to meet the need of employers, and that's what's going to keep them coming to Prince George's County. That's what we have to have a skilled workforce to meet the need of employers, and that's what we're doing when people are coming through our doors. Healthcare, we talked about a new hospital coming in. Certifications lasting 4 to 13 weeks where they can average starting salary going out from $25,000 to $45,000. So they're coming in underemployed, they're coming in unemployed, they're needing skills, and they're walking away in a matter of weeks and months with industry recognized certification and an opportunity to walk into a great paying job.
Well, I'll touch on the certificate cost and our support.
So we're talking about what support. You're looking at up to $4,000 for tuition, books, uniforms, and tests. That's basically saying everybody that walks through the door say, I can't go to class because of this, I don't have funds for books, I don't have funds for tuition. We'll say, okay, we're gonna take care of it. We're gonna help you provide that. So we're gonna do everything we needed to get you through. While we're going through training, the good thing about the programs we're talking about, the programs that we offer here is we understand that you're unemployed. So we have supportive services to help with childcare, to help with transportation costs, to help to and from the training until you can actually get into your employment. And this is how we're taking away the barriers that are helping people they need. So we're gonna help with transportation, help the childcare, pay the tuition, pay the uniform, pay the books, to help them do everything they need to do to get to that next step. The next step is that industry recognized certification, so that when we're bringing these businesses on board, we have a skilled workforce to meet the need. Transportation training certification. People don't realize that transportation logistics, CDL drivers is one of the largest skills gap that businesses mention across the world. Everybody's looking for drivers. From the drivers that are driving from our MGM to the people you see driving our public transportation. It is a major skills gap. And guess what? We can provide training for these residents to get trained, get certified, and take those jobs. And they're great paying jobs. You're looking at average starting salary from $30,000 to $63,000. We're also talking about small business. They can get trained, get certified, build this capital, and go and start their small business. Because you're always going to need, you see, I know everybody sees transportation truck drivers going back and forth. I see people shaking their head all the time. This is a great opportunity for people to get trained, get employed, and eventually become a job maker. Okay? That's what we're looking at. 2 to 4 weeks, short training. And again, $2,000 to $4,000 that we can help provide. Again, we're helping with the support, we're helping with the classes, we're helping with the exam they need to take to help them get to the next level. Class A and B truck drivers. Again, #1 skills gap in the world when you're talking about what do employers and businesses need. Lastly, construction training certification. For us to build all this new business in, we don't have to build it. You know, we're going to have to remodel. We're going to have to build new buildings. We're going to help it come through. We need to make sure we have metro stations, 11 metro stations from the Purple Line being built. So there's a lot of opportunity, but we need to make sure that Prince George's County, to build those 11 stations, has a workforce that is skilled, that can do what it needs. And that's what we're working for. So average starting salary, $30,000 to $50,000. You see certification, 13 to 4 years. Don't think we're going to put somebody in training for 4 years. We have something called apprenticeship training programs where people actually get paid while they're on the job. They're working and also working to build that career pathway where we're helping them with the occupational skills, the classroom training, so that they can go from the bottom level, raise to the top next level, become a skilled laborer, become a project manager, on and going. So that's why you see 14 years. We're not keeping people in the classroom for 4 years. But we can help, we're going to help them get the certifications they need and get them on the job. Again, cost of these certifications, $3,000 to $10,000. We're going to help supplement. We're going to help that first $4,000 and help them move forward. We're going to connect them to the financial aid and Pell Grants to help them move forward to the next level. Again, and meanwhile, remember, we're still providing those supportive services, the transportation, the child care, everything they need everything that they need help with that's going to prevent them from completing the training, we're working with them. Our lead consultants, if there's other things that they might need, they're going to refer them and connect them to other resources to ensure that they graduate, get certified, get employed. You see the ranges of them jobs, 35 to 40 plus, carpentry, HVAC, electrical. These are all the skills and trainings that people are going to need, that when we bring these businesses here, they're going to need the structures, they're going to need these opportunities, and our job here is to build a skilled workforce to help people take them there. That is in turn, so that wraps it around for you to see how we're bringing in jobs, we're talking into the businesses' employers to match it, we're having our job seekers come in, and now we're talking about upskilling and training these job seekers so that they meet the needs of employers. I'm now going to hand it back over to Liz to talk about our youth services that we're providing youth in Prince George's County. Thank you.
Thank you, Walter. So Prince George's County was fortunate enough to be the recipient of a $7 million grant from President Obama and the U.S. Department of Labor, specifically to help train our youth in 3 career academies at Bladensburg High School, Fairmont Heights High School, and Potomac High School in high tech and bio. These are areas that the president really wants us to be growing internally so that we can reduce the number of foreign and HB1 visas, thank you, workers, that's what I was looking for, coming over. We currently have over 430 students enrolled in this program, highly successful. We're moving into year 2. We also internally, through our traditional funding, have the KEYS program, which is Knowledge Equals Youth Success. This is a $1.7 million grant that allows us to serve youth age 14 to 24 with an emphasis and a focus on disconnected youth between the ages of 16 and 24. These are the youth that we're going after to make sure if they've graduated from high school and they're not sure they can go to college and they don't know what job path they want to be on, that we get them and get them on a path and make it work. So you heard a lot about our services today, and I'm sure it sounds like a lot, and we've really kind of barely scratched the surface. So what I would encourage all of you to do is pick up a brochure in the back on the way out on the one-stop services that we offer. Please feel free anytime to come and tour the center that's located here on this floor in this building right around the corner. If you want to go on a tour after, I'm happy to take you. The Laurel Regional Workforce Center, please feel free to visit there anytime or call. All our contact information is on the brochure, so please feel free to call us. Our primary goal is to ensure that our businesses have the skilled workforce that they need to remain competitive in a global environment, and that we help job seekers who are beginning their careers or want to change their careers obtain the skills that they need to be competitive and get family-sustaining wages and high-paying jobs. Thank you.
Is this kicking you all? Is this activating prosperity or not? Did you all know this stuff existed? Is this rolling? We're activating prosperity everywhere. We want to come to you and even get into this even more detail. If you want us to come to a county council meeting, a town hall in your municipality, we will be there. We want to get the word out. I don't think it's a lack of resources. I think oftentimes it's a lack of awareness. So we're here today to figure out how do we build more awareness about all these millions of dollars of resources that we have. In every single municipality across the United States that's on fire, a big part of the catalyst of striking up the fire of economic development, whether it's San Francisco, Atlanta, Austin, Texas, Miami, Philadelphia, New York, is arts. And having a strong, vibrant arts community means that you're going to sooner or later have a strong, vibrant economy. So we're bringing up our partner right here, Rhonda Dallas, who also went with us on the China trade mission. She is the leader of arts here in Prince George's County, and she's going to show you how we're going to fire up and activate prosperity through the arts. Give it up for Rhonda.
Good morning, everyone. Jim just stole my opening line, and I'm telling you, I am so energized. What you have done in the presentation and the energy in the room has helped me more than every Zyrtex tablet, Flonase, everything that I have taken to clear these allergies. So, and I also want to say, you're in a county where the county executive is Sharon Baker and his leadership, Tom, David, they believe in the arts. They understand the value of the arts. When I became the executive director 6 years ago, it was only a dream that I would be in these types of forums and be a partner within economic development, and it's happening. So the arts are alive and well. When I listen to all the development projects, the Purple Line, MGM, Westphalia, Suitland, New Carrollton, the arts have a piece in each one of these development projects, and I'm very, very excited about all that's going on. So last month in February, thanks to Conrad Hurling back there, I had the opportunity to speak at the Municipality Association meeting, and so we kind of did an overview. And where's my the clicker? And I'm going to be brief. So just press this right here. Okay. Okay, this side. So we did an overview of arts and economic development, but now it's time to drill it down. And so we looked at different scenarios of public art, whether you were looking at doing something temporary or pop-up performance. That is considered public art. It just doesn't have to be visual, or looking at doing something iconic or gateway installations, or something that just brings the community together. We looked at subtleties such as painting furniture or street furniture. We also looked at using public art for messaging and branding. So this is transit-oriented development public art. Engaging your small business community. So there's scenarios depending on whatever budget you have to work with. There is a starting point. So within your packet, and I'm moving quick, you have a survey. And so what I'd like you to do is go through the survey, and this will get you in a visioning mode. So when I follow up and call and set a one-on-one meeting, this is already done. But it kind of puts you in a focus and a direction based on the nuances within your municipality. What is the starting point? So I do have cards. So if anyone doesn't have my information, because it's not on this, this. I have cards at the table, but I'm so excited about working with the municipalities. When I was talking to the county about we don't have a cultural plan, I think everything comes in its time, and working from public art as the entry point, I think is a very viable way to start cultural planning. And not only that, cultural planning needs to start at the municipal level and bubble up. It shouldn't be something that's mandated from the top down. So I look forward to working with all of you. One other thing that I want to talk about very briefly, we haven't done the release, but we're also partnering with the Economic Development Corporation on the American for the Arts and Economic Prosperity Study. This happens every 5 years. This is a very intensive nationwide study that really gives the statistics as far as showing the economic impact of the arts. We are one of 500 cities/counties that will be participating, so you'll get more information about that. And Jim, thank you so much for partnering with me on this initiative. This will make sure that your artists and your arts organizations, we have so many in the county, and I go to different cities, and it just, I brag about the talent that we have here, not only in artists, arts organizations. We have some of the best, not only in the country, but globally. We have artists here that are doing commissions all around the world. But this makes sure that the artists, the arts organizations that are in your local municipalities don't get left out. So more to come about this. If you have any questions, I'll be here, and thank you so much for giving me your time.
Thank you so much. We're now going to have a last part of our presentation before we get into the brainstorming part. We're going to have Nichelle Holmes to come up, and she is our new development manager, and she's going to talk about partnership opportunities. Come on up, Nichelle.
It's okay. The allergies. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm so glad you guys have energy. I'm so glad you guys are energized by all the exciting things we were bringing to you today. But there's one resource we haven't gone over yet, and I'm lucky that I get to go over it with you. Our biggest resource here in Prince George's County is really you, our municipalities. We're excited about a lot of the strides that each of you has made. We're excited about a lot of the things coming to our county. But what's important to us is that we build on this momentum. The best way to build on this momentum is to continue doing partnerships. It is our job here to continue bringing jobs, to bring business owners, job creators, and increase the tax revenue here in Prince George's County in your local municipalities. And we can do that through partnerships. John touched on, where'd John go? Oh, there he goes. John touched on a story of April Richardson. And April Richardson was a sponsor at our Christmas party. And there's no secret, it really is no secret that we want to bring more April Richardsons and more Aprils to your municipalities. That's more job creators, more people who are having a capacity problem, because that means what they need to do is increase their space. They need to create more jobs. They need to bring in more tax revenue. They need to continue to activate prosperity. We're so proud of we're so proud of April, because what April is doing is April is creating wealth here in Prince George's County, creating wealth in Hyattsville. It's no secret that we want more of her, and it's no secret that we want you guys to help us create more Aprils, to invest in our Aprils. So how do you do that, you ask? If you're sitting here and you're wondering, how do I make a main street in my town? How do I create an innovation hub like they have going on? How do I be the next city or next town that has something exciting going on? I'm here to tell you that happens today. That starts with you and our partnerships together. So April sponsored our Christmas party, and congratulations, you do not have to wait till Christmas to be a partner at one of our events. Right around the corner, we have the State of the Economy breakfast. This is taking place on April 13th at the Colony South Hotel, and it gives us an opportunity to partner with you. What we want to do is make sure that you are receiving visibility at these events, that we're putting you in front of job creators, we're putting you in front of developers, we're putting you in front of people who want to invest in your municipality and do so here in Prince George's County. They want to do so here, and we want to make sure that you're visible in front of them. And that's important to us. That's our goal, and we want to work with you to make sure that we can reach our goal together. So, what we have is we have opportunities available for you, and this is so important to us that what we have done is reserved tables for each of the municipalities represented here today. So if you're here, you have a table. We've been tracking you, and we're making sure that we kept a space for you to be here because we want you to get the recognition that your municipality deserves. And the State of Economy Breakfast is the opportunity for you to showcase your municipality, to showcase all the exciting things you have going on, and we want to work with you to do that. We offer 2 options. You're able to purchase a table, the table that we have reserved for you, and this will allow you to be in a room with job creators, be in a room with people who want to increase tax revenue, and to really make a stand and show what exciting things you have going on in your municipality. We want you to do this. We want you to interact and network with those job creators and those people who want to invest in your municipality. But we also want you to receive visibility at these events. And being a sponsor at those events allows for us to do that. For our municipal sponsors, we are offering a lot of special things for you. We will have Jim Coleman recognize you from the podium as a sponsor at our as a municipal sponsor. This recognition will allow for people who are creating jobs here to say, wow, that is the person I need to talk to. It'll show that you are ready and open for business here, and they will know who to speak with. In addition to that, it gets you brand recognition. You'll have your logo on our signage. You'll have your logo on our program. You'll have our logo going out to the 13,000 business owners here in Prince George's County who are looking for places to invest. And that investment should be in your municipality. And that is what we want to happen. So those are 2 options. We have our table and we have our sponsorship. And those are the benefits that come with the sponsorship. We want you to choose which one works for you, and we're happy to offer a payment plan if you're not sure if you could do this all in one installment, and that is completely fine because we want you there and we want you to receive that level of visibility. So keep that in mind as I continue talking, but we really want you to be there. It is important to us. So we've done our part and reserved the tables, but it's really important that you secure your visibility and you get your municipality the visibility it deserves by being represented at this event. We do not want you left behind. So take a look. There we have a flyer here in each of your packets. It's this blue one. And my contact information is on the back. It also offers my direct line, and what you can do is give me a call if you would like to let go and have us release your table. But if you are interested in making that commitment today, please come see me. I have my business cards. We have a way for you to do payment, and we want you there today. If you'd like to purchase a table, that is $750. Yes?
I'm so sorry, because you're doing an amazing job, and this sounds like an amazing breakfast.
Sure.
I think this is something about just understanding your target audience.
Mm-hmm.
Since we're municipal elected officials or appointed officials, we all work for our city.
Yeah.
And that means everything that we're doing is taxpayer dollars.
Yes.
And there is no way that our municipalities would be happy about us in any way, shape, or form coming and buying a table and sponsoring a table to come to a county event. I think that if you were talking to business owners, that would be a wonderful pitch and a wonderful marketing tool. But we're all elected officials and we work for the people in our municipalities. So
well, let me kind of
just want to keep that in mind.
And you're exactly right.
No, I appreciate that. Mm-hmm.
You're exactly right. There are some municipalities where they have an economic development program set up to where they're doing their best to attract talent and also companies, investors to their local municipalities. So we wanted to make sure that all of our municipalities knew about this upcoming event, number one. And number two, that if you wanted to be able to have a sponsorship for this event, to get the visibility, to be able to create a lot of excitement, there are going to be about 500 movers and shakers there, a lot of developers, a lot of prospective employers that are going to be there that we're inviting to be there. We will even help to match make for any of the municipalities that want to have a table, even have some of the people that might want to be interested in investing in your particular municipality.
Well,
so if you want to do that, you know, that's going to be available.
I understand exactly what you're saying, and I would love to be at this event.
Yes.
But I'm representing the people of my municipality.
I understand.
I think you're going to see a lot of people nodding their heads behind me. Our municipality people are not going to wish for us to be paying that. You've probably got 3 municipalities out of the 27 who are seriously considering purchasing this because of how much money they have.
Understand.
But that is not the core of the groups of municipalities in this room. It does not mean we don't want to be at the table. That's why we're here, because we do want to be at the table.
Right.
But we can't afford $750 or $1,000 sponsorships for a breakfast.
Now, that
is my point, that you've got 27 municipalities, and about 24, 25 of them can't even think about doing it.
Now, that is one way of looking at it. The other way that we are here as partners is that we're sharing information with you that you may want to distribute. We can provide this electronically so that you can invite your local businesses to also participate in this event as well. You have various businesses that we're not the only way to get the word out about this big event. You're going to have, again, over 500 movers and shakers. So I'm sure that every municipality, and you may not know that list today, but you may want to send this out to your own local business community list to be able to let them know they've got a big opportunity to be able to matchmake, to be able to get opportunities, to be able to meet with people that would be very difficult for them to be able to meet with. You're talking about our top executives in our county, many of the municipalities, as well as a lot of elected officials, and a lot of major corporations are going to be there. Petco, a lot of the other large companies are going to be there. And one thing that we're very committed to, as John was saying a little bit earlier, is personally matchmaking our small businesses with big decision makers so they can get business. So if the municipality is not interested in this, we clearly understand that, but you may, each of you, have your own list of various businesses who may be interested in wanting to take advantage of this big opportunity to be able to help them to get visibility and to be able to match them with major decision makers, okay? That's where we're coming from. We understand the constraints. Anybody that's interested, we'd like to help you to be able to get this sponsorship today. Michelle's done a great job of explaining the opportunity. If you want us to work with you and anybody in your business community, any local, like a Rotary Club or a local business group that you want us to even talk to get the word out, we would be happy to do that. This is just part of our matchmaking process that we have. Most of the events that we have at the EDC are Thursday events, the matchmaking seminars that we have, they are literally free at no cost. But this one is a major cost to us. And so we do have to offset that cost because it's at a wonderful hotel and the food is a little bit more than what we could get on just a plain sponsorship. So we are asking for us to be able to get the payments per table. So anybody that's interested, you want to help your local business community, or if you have the resources in your own municipality where you want to be able to have this opportunity, we're ready to make it happen for you. Okay, we want to be your partners. Michelle?
I think that kind of wraps it up for me, though.
Okay. Go through the others. Go through the others. Go ahead, man.
No, I'm kidding. All right, so
let them know what's going on. We gotta let you all know, or you would feel bad if you were not in the loop. We want to make sure that we've got the distribution here. We want to keep you in the loop on all these things that the EDC is doing. Can you go through the last slide and then we'll wrap this part up?
This was the State of the Economy breakfast, and Jim had mentioned several of our other events that we have. Okay, gotcha. So this is a list of some of our upcoming events that we have going on for April and May. We have, as I said, the State of the Economy breakfast, which is taking place on April 13th. On April 21st, we have another Thirsty for Business Thursday event, which is a free event where we really bring in a lot of small businesses and would be great. We're really doing everyone on the team is doing a good job making sure we go to a lot of the districts and kind of have these events everywhere. We want to bring recognition to a lot of our restaurant owners, and this is a good way for us to do that. We bring a crowd of about 200 people out. It's a great networking event. It's very exciting. So please be sure to write that down. That date that's also in your packet. The flyer is in there as well.
This one you want to touch on. This April Thursday event, as well as every single month when we have a Thursday event, we would love everybody here to be there, and it's free, no cost. It's a great way to be able to meet with our business community. We'd love to have a Thursday, quite frankly, in every single district that we have in the county council. So we're spreading this opportunity to be able to help our local restaurants. But this Thursday event is on fire, and we encourage all of you to come there. It's totally free because we get the sponsorships to offset the cost on that.
On April 23rd, we're doing a Small Business and Job Seeker Summit. This has been a recurring series, and it's really great. We're really pairing a lot of our job seekers with our available positions and get a lot of people out for those. So please keep that in mind. That'll be on April 23rd. And on May 22nd through 25th, Jim has touched on this as well, and so has Larry, about our ICSC conference. It's something we're really looking forward to. We're really hoping to bring back a lot of retail and shopping centers to the area. So please keep that date in mind. So all of those flyers can again be found in your packet. If you have any questions on them, please let me know. I'm happy to help in any way that I can. And we are ready to brainstorm.
Thank you very much, Michelle. She is the junior excitement officer for the Prince George's County EDC. She does the hard part. We're trying to raise $1 million, you all, to have a marketing campaign. It's not easy. And, I was being interviewed by the Washington Business Journal. They said, what is the biggest thing that Prince George's County is missing? I said, the biggest thing we're missing is a marketing campaign to explain the power of this county. Because if we could get $1 million, and if we could get $5 million, we would go from having 19,000 of my residents looking for jobs to having really an employment shortage. We would not have enough people to fill the jobs if the world really knew all about what we have to offer. And so these resources go literally into a marketing campaign to help us to build the word for us to be able to get the message out about Prince George's County. At this point, I want to open it up for brainstorming. And I'm going to have a couple of my team members, Britta, if you all could come up, Keisha, and help to take the mics out for anybody that would like to raise their hands to be able to share either feedback or any ideas. We want your feedback. We look at this today as a kickoff, and we'd love to get your feedback and ideas. Right here, Britta, right there.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Reggie Bagley. I'm the town administrator for the wonderful town of Brentwood, located in the Gateway Arts District.
Yes.
Two of our photos appeared. A couple things. First of all, thank you very much for this a very informative session. And with respect to the comment that was made concerning municipalities being able to afford the sponsorship, that's a very valid point. However, I think it is important to lay the benchmark ahead of where we are, and we may not be able to do this at this time, but to lay the benchmark ahead of where we are. You have to have a goal out in front of you in order to get to where we ultimately and eventually want to go. The suggestion I'd like to make, if possible, there are several municipalities that are represented here today, but all of us have our colleagues, fellow council members, and mayors who, for whatever reason, did not know about this, and they make the decisions within the municipality. Is it possible within the next 30 to 60 days to have a do-over, perhaps at a time when we who are here can share this with our colleagues and have a larger audience to be able to get this information to our fellow administrators, our fellow council members, and because if they heard what we heard today, I think there's a good chance that we can move the ideas forward.
I don't know if we could do a road show would be great, and we'd love to come out to any of your municipalities and be able to come out. I think many of you have even closed circuit television where even the public would see it. We'd be happy to go through this presentation and present it to the council and the mayor and be able to provide that kind of support. I've even been thinking about how we could allocate my team. We've got about 75 wonderful professionals that I could allocate various team members to each of the different municipalities to help us get the word out. And of course, I would do everything in my power to get there.
Well, short of doing it, short of separating it out for everybody differently, if we could just do this over and we be responsible for getting.
I appreciate your feedback and ideas. We just have a very full schedule. I appreciate your feedback on that. If I said yes, I would probably get. You'd see me out there get killed. My team went through a lot pulling this together. And so we want to do this probably once or twice a year, but we just have so many wonderful events that are already lined up. You just saw with what Michelle was going through, that we're actively, heavily focused on some other events, but I understand where you're coming from. There are a lot of ways we can do it. We can get out to the municipality, we can have webinars until we're able to get back to where we have another one like this size. But I understand where you're coming from.
Mr. Coleman,
yes.
Can you all hear me?
No.
I'm Lori Valentine. I am a communications director for the Economic Development Corporation. It was my email that brought you all here, and thank you so much for coming. But I would also want to see from a show of hands, how many of you guys participate in PGCMA? Not enough hands. But that might be a forum that we could go to that could bring everybody together at the same time for the road show. just a suggestion.
Sounds good to me.
More questions?
Bottom line is, you like it. You'd like to see this, that, I'm glad. Because we are not going to let up. While we're going to that, our next thoughts were to kind of touch base with each of the different municipalities. We've already started this with some, but we really want to understand what the challenges are, what you're trying to accomplish, how we can leverage our resources for your own particular municipality. We've gone out to Bladensburg, we've gone out to, I know I've had a meeting with John. We want to get out to each of the municipalities, and we want to be smart at EDC about what's going on in our various municipalities so we can help them and partner with you to help get everybody a good job and help job creators expand and grow.
Destiny is not a matter of chance, it's a matter of choice. I think we made a great choice and you made a great decision to invite the municipalities to come out to an event like this, because as a political leaders, we need resources. The resources that you have presented to us as leaders, we need to go out and market this program to our constituents as well as our businesses. I just want to say in regard to Mr. Coleman and his dynamic team, they came to the town of Bladensburg to our B5 meeting. We had some business people there, and our business people got excited, about the resources that was available. And I just want to encourage everyone that's here to use the resources that we have. Bladensburg, I'm partial Bladensburg because that's a part of my heart, and that's where my constituents elected me to do there. But I just want to say this part, together as a municipalities, the 27 municipalities that we have, if we could unite and continue to support this endeavor, because Prince George's County is considered one of the wealthiest African American municipalities in the United States. So that means we got influence. And this gives us an opportunity today to move, to join the posse. When he came to Bladensburg, I told him he got a promotion spiritually to the Bishop of Economic Development. So I just want to encourage everyone to use the resources here, and yes, this the sponsorship of $750 to $2,000. Let's promote this in our community. Ask our business people. Look, this is an opportunity. Pass out the information forwarded to them to see if they'll be willing to sponsor us as political leaders and invite them to come to the table. We want you to be a part of it, so we want to see your business to expand, and here's a resource. Because what I've learned over the years, money is great, but resources give you unlimited opportunities. So I just want to commend you all for going at it. And my spiel is, I'm going to say this wherever I go, I just want you to remember Bladensburg. Remember Bladensburg. It's economic development is going around, all around Bladensburg. It's like a donut. Just need a little extra dough to close it up. Just a little bit. So, so once again, I just want to commend you for the outstanding job that you're doing, and stay focused.
Thank you so much.
Business Day is coming to Bladensburg in July, and so Bladensburg Awareness Month, that's July. That's right, we made that happen.
Anybody else?
We're all here actually pursuing the best interests of our respective cities, but we're also doing this for our county, the well-being of the county. One of the concerns that we have in Greenbelt, but in all of our communities throughout the county, and I guess in a good part, that these efforts will help with the problems that we have of office vacancy rates. In Greenbelt, it's about 25%. So keep in mind that as we're doing things that are for the benefit of our cities, we also are doing it for the county. One of the commissions that I was privileged to serve on with Mr. Ianucci was the Green Tax Credit Commission. And I know, according to Todd Turner, who's our county council representative, things are still being worked out in terms of how it actually will be implemented. But as you're looking at this as well, I hope that you will include, in terms of attracting businesses to Prince George's County, that you will include environmental concerns. Because I think that will be a big benefit. Zero waste, for example, is now something that's really taking off. And then I also want to just briefly mention something that, and I'm honored to be on the Prince George's Arts and Humanities Council, as well as a council member in Greenbelt, and speaking with Director Dallas the other day, talking about another idea. We're talking about how can we close the donut, as you were mentioning earlier, and attract businesses. Also, what triggered in my mind was this thought. I was with our mayor the other day at an appreciation lunch for the transit drivers of Prince George's County. And so the thought was, and I'm not saying this formally as part of the Arts Council, but as an idea to think about, we have so many people in our county that really help to make our county work, such as transit drivers, such as teachers, folks like that. And then to have different events in our respective communities and throughout the county that would basically be, for example, we have the old Greenbelt Theater, really just wonderfully renovated, and to have like a night at the movie theater. Or the folks, the University of Maryland is really interested in, and we're trying, our Four Cities group of the Carrollton, Bourbon Heights, College Park, and Greenbelt, working with the university, we're trying to work a series of events and overall purpose to attract all the professors, the people that work at the University of Maryland. And it was interesting to note that many people think erroneously that the university is located in Montgomery County, but so that those folks will be thinking about our county as a place to live. It's wonderful that they're in Montgomery or the district or Howard or wherever it might be, but we have so many amenities, so many positive things that would be of benefit to the folks that work at the university. So I just raise that, the ideas of collaborating with the folks that are working here. How can we show appreciation, how we can connect? Because a lot of times, folks that are working don't get the notice and so forth, and this would be a good way to raise their awareness and also to bring the community together.
Thanks for your feedback. Thanks a lot.
On behalf of the president of Prince George's County Municipal Association, Maxine Piper, we appreciate the opportunity to hear this presentation and for you to share the information that you have shared with us. I'm certain that all of us appreciate what you have done and your entire team have done, so thank you. But having said that, all of the wonderful presentation that you have given, it's great information that has been shared. I am still disappointed in this presentation. Because as I read the title of it, Municipal Open House and Appreciation Day, I don't feel appreciated as a municipality. Nowhere in the presentation it talked about the gems of the 27 municipalities and the true connection. Most of the presentation focused on Prince George's County. And I understand that you represent Prince George's County. But what I was coming to hear, what I really wanted to listen to, is the true connection of the 27 municipalities with EDC. What specifically can EDC do specifically for the Prince George's County Municipal Corporations? I am an advocate for the 27 municipalities. I will be an advocate as long as I am an elected official in the municipal sphere. But what I would like to hear, or at some other point in the future, is really more specifics of how we can be a partner. Because most of what I've heard is you're asking us to promote your programs, push your programs, talk to our businesses about your programs. And that's wonderful. That's good. And expect you to continue to do that. But for those of us that are representing maybe smaller municipalities that don't have an economic development office, what resources can we tap into to help us to market and brand and advertise our municipalities in the overall plan for Prince George's County? And so I know that maybe what I'm saying may not get applauses, but I'm used to that because I really don't care. Because I am an advocate, first. I love my people, first and foremost. And I'm here to represent the municipal corporation from Laurel to Eagle Harbor. That's who I represent. And as the incoming president of the Prince George's County Municipal Association, my voice will be much larger and much louder in the next coming year to ensure that you, the county, and whoever else does not ignore the gems of this county, which is 27 of them, that are providing economic engine to this county. And I want to hear in the future how the Economic Development Corporation is truly partnering with us, opposed to what I've heard to this morning.
Can I just say a word? I never thought I'd be in this position, but I think that what the mayor is addressing is a need that I see. I live in Fairmont Heights. There's just a complete disconnect. And one of my big disappointments is that we have an economic development committee, but it has no need for me or the EDC. There needs to be a better interface between the smaller municipalities that are basically populated with part-time workers as far as staff, and the government officials are also part-time. There needs to be a mechanism so there is strong input from the county and the state as far as making sure for the residents of the municipality, because in the case of Fairmont Heights, the needs of the residents are completely ignored and not met. The residents want the blight removed. They want better code enforcement. They want businesses not to be attacked. I, as a business, was under attack because of some personal vendetta by the mayor 2 years ago. She sicked the county on me, made my life a nightmare for 2 years. But the residents really want what EDC has to offer put into effect. The residents of, I know Fairmont Heights participated in a big study with the University of Maryland about 6 years ago. And that was supposed to be, be the cornerstone for a blueprint for moving the town forward. Nothing ever came of it. But the residents are always asking what happened. So I think that what the mayor is saying is that there really needs to be a better connection and a better utilization of the resources. So we have to find some type of mechanism that has never existed here, but it certainly can exist because Prince George's County is rocking. And we have just, really done well on a grand scale, but residents of municipalities need to have some attention and some results.
Well, I appreciate your feedback today. Is what we see as a catalyst, a first step as far as reaching out to all of our municipalities. It's certainly not perfect, but I want to thank my staff for working really hard to doing their best to put together an incredible day that really is the kickoff of a partnership. This is what we call the first annual open house day. And we appreciate you because we wouldn't go through all this hard work if we did not. Most importantly is we want to be able to work with you individually, each of the different municipalities, so that we understand what we can do in partnering together to be able to help our residents and the small businesses. We're already off to working with Bladensburg. Bladensburg didn't wait for this.
We came to him.
They came over marching. I thought Sharpman's outside. They came over, marched, made the case, explained what was going on, and we went right over to Bladensburg, had a wonderful meeting, and we're on the way of really being able to work well together because why? We understand what we can do, and it doesn't always mean we have to increase the budget or go to get more money. We've got resources. Oftentimes, our residents and our small businesses just need to be aware of all these wonderful, the existing resources that already exist. And so why we're meeting today, you all, is really just to be partners in trying to figure out how do we spread the word? And how do we get the word out about all of these ways that our resident in Prince George County should not be unemployed. We've got tons of ways to get them back in the workforce. We've got training programs where we can offset the cost for them going to get fast training. And we've got employers ready to put our residents to work. And we've got to really make sure we get the word out. And that's what this attempt was today.
Could I just say one thing? I know from being in Bladensburg, what I've done is that when I went to the MML conference, I met every secretary of the state of government, of the state of Maryland. Currently, in the last 4 months, we've had 3 secretaries from the governor's office come. And so I just want to encourage the small municipalities, you know, we as leaders, when we go to conferences, we got to market ourselves. Currently, we met with the Secretary Gill for the Economic Development for the entire county. He was so impressed, he asked us to come to Bladensburg because he was so interested in local municipalities. So, you know, I just want to encourage everyone, you know, I've been, the T&I meeting, I've been marketing Bladensburg using my colossal donut story because I know as a small municipality, we're not going to get a lot of, we'll get some recognition, but the recognition we need to get is up to us individually to market our own town. You know, to market our own town. So I just wanted to, you know, to say that in regard to the small municipalities. You know, we just need to maximize the opportunities. You know, with some great comments that were made here today, you know, we can move forward with a vision. I believe every comment was heard, and I believe every comment will be addressed in future meetings to come. But I just want you, you know, as Mr. Coleman was saying, is that, you know, Prince George's County need a marketing plan. As a small municipalities, we need a marketing plan.
I want to touch on the partnership that we are focused on right now with Bladensburg. One of the biggest opportunities that we're seeing for Bladensburg is that the median household income is about $43,000, while in the county it's $73,000. That keeps me up all night, and I'm thinking about that. And it doesn't require us to march to Washington to get a whole lot more money to figure out how to fix that. At the EDC, we already, through our workforce development team, we already have grant programs to be able to help our residents to be able to get better jobs. So the median household income will go up, and so our residents in Bladensburg will be more sustainable. The purchasing power goes up. Our restaurants are more sustainable. We can build homes. We can do a lot of things when our residents have more money. And so we're going to work with Bladensburg. We're going to bring out all the resources that we've got. I think we're doing it the month of July is Bladensburg month. Now, I'm ready to go month for the next 27 months, you all, for everybody. But we're doing, okay, let us down. $10 better than $10. But we are going to do Bladensburg, and we're going to do everything in our power to get the word out. We'd love for you to be on the front of the Washington Post. We're going to get the word out about all these wonderful resources so that our residents in Bladensburg and the small job creators will be more active, more successful, and have more money. Okay, we want to do that for everybody, large and small municipalities. That's what we do. I got 75 team members. I've got team members that go to churches on Saturdays, you all. And they're giving up their own personal time with their families. And they're going out on Saturdays to be able to meet and to talk about these wonderful resources. I've never seen the kind of commitment, ever. They are working like crazy to get this done. So we are here to help everybody. Tom, I think you're going to say something.
Tom Hempler, County Executive. I agree with what everybody said. Mayor, we go back a ways. we want to partner with everybody. That's what this meeting was about. I can list probably at least half of the municipalities right now that we're actively doing something in. And we just met with Mount Rainier. We've been working for them for a few years. And Brentwood, we've worked with them. We've got 2 projects going on in there. North Brentwood, Hyattsville, College Park, you name it. And the smaller ones, what we can do, in particular with Mayor, is reach out to us. We have more resources. We have more, in many cases, knowledge because of part-time staff. We're willing to sit down and work with any of the small municipalities and say, hey, we got this vacant property. What do you think we can do? Our redevelopment authority is working with a number of neighborhoods. We're trying to do some net zero homes and with partnership with Fairmont Heights, and in particular. And I don't agree with that idea at all. But what I'm saying is that everything we may not agree on everything, but the one thing we all agree on, we want to benefit our residents, we want to help our businesses grow. Earlier somebody asked about trying to reduce the office vacancies. 10,000 jobs accounts for roughly 2 million square feet of office. So if we can create jobs in the county, help businesses grow, we get 10,000 new jobs, that's roughly 2 million square feet of office space that we need to fill. And the one thing too, we have a model that works. We're willing to share that with you. County executive, when he first came in 2010, it was a mess. Foreclosures were going crazy, nobody had jobs, unemployment was high, people had no desire to invest in this county. 5-6 years later, things totally changed. I just took a group of investors through some of our most challenged neighborhoods, which if people know this area, in Siouxland, Naylor Road area. I took investors from across the country last week. 6 of them flew in to look to buy some bonds that we're going to hopefully sell today that will acquire property in that area. If anybody knows that area, it's dramatically has transformed from crime 5 years ago. 50% reduction in crime in that area, which is roughly 1,800 acres. And it runs from Pennsylvania Avenue, Superior, down Branch. It's a rough neighborhood. It had been a rough neighborhood. But guess what? Through a strategy, we now have about 1, maybe 2 crimes a day in that area, which is phenomenal. We've had maybe 1 homicide a year the last 5 years, these are the last 5 years. I'm saying this because county executive knew a couple things. If we can lower crime, improve education, and change people's mindset of investing in this county, we'll succeed. Guess what? It's working. Our unemployment rate went from 7.5% when he first came into office to about 4.5% now. 22,000 more people are working than what they did 5 years ago. It's working. We have more progress to go. But the thing is, we can partner with you better, and this is what the whole point of this was to start that communication. Many of it we've already had, some we need to improve, and that's what this is about, because we want you to have the same success story we're seeing across the county. Because we're not going to be successful if 27 municipalities aren't successful in removing blight, helping their local businesses grow and expand in your communities. You guys benefit because you get more tax dollars as people succeed, and the whole cycle continues. And that was the whole method to our madness over the last 5 years. And the thing is, I'm getting ready to go to New York to meet with our bond rating people in a month. It's working. All the wheels are spinning. If you do certain things, they all connect. It's just imagine a wheel that has 5 or 6 different wheels, but they all connect. As you move one, as you improve the branding, the image of the county, investors are coming back. They're investing in businesses, investing in development. Development's being built, taxes being generated, people have jobs. Those people are now spending money in the communities, helping local businesses grow. So it all works. And as we get more, the cycle just keeps going again and again. And so where we just want to partner with you, are we perfect? No, we're not. And we're not going to be, but we want to communicate with you. If you need help, reach out to Jim, reach out to our office. We're more than willing to sit down, brainstorm with you all, and figure out a way to help improve your communities, because at the end of the day, it benefits everybody.
Make certain that I'm clear. I did not say that the presentation was not a good presentation. I did not say that. I did not say that we did not appreciate the hard work of your staff. But if we're having a brainstorming and we're having a discussion, I think it is fair that you hear us and the concerns that we have. My only critique was that I didn't see a genuine connection between the specific needs of the 27 municipalities and how the specific resources that we could use as municipal corporations utilize some of the services at EDC. That's what I spoke to. I never said that we did not appreciate your presentation. I never said that we did not acknowledge the hard work of your staff. I started off by thanking you and thanking your staff and the work that they did. But I also want to be clear that each of the municipalities and the representatives that you see sitting here, they also give up their Saturdays. They also give up their Sundays. They also give up their evenings. Many of these municipal leaders here have full-time jobs, and they work part-time working for their municipalities. So I think it has to be looked at on, all of us are working hard for the betterment of Prince George's County.
We appreciate it. We're all in it together. We're in the same. The county can't, like Tom just said, the county's not going to be successful unless all of our municipalities are successful. So we understand. Any other? There you go. Okay.
I know it's a real hard act to follow, and I don't plan on following it. I do want to thank Prince George's County for this event today. I think it was very informative. I do believe it's a break from the previous culture, because in the past, this did not happen. You know, I think part of the beef and the concern that some of the mayors and they have here is the fact that in the past, and I know we are looking back, we didn't feel like we were included in the big picture. And I think that is part of what is done. So I think, to summarize, what I believe is being said is that, are we going to be included in the decision-making process and not where decisions are made and then we are told about it, which is what I've had to deal with myself.
Thank you so much, sir. And inclusion goes both ways. Include us. Like Tom was saying, when you have meetings and you would like for us to come out, Bladensburg, we had it wonderful. We've got a great partnership going on. And it goes both ways. We'd love to be invited out at any time to be able to talk more about economic development, all these great programs we have.
Right, as a Brentwood person, when I hear Bladensburg, I get really, I don't know if they're jealous when you put it that way, because I feel like we're the stepkids across the track, on the other side of the track, you know. Just seriously, Route 1 is supposed to be the gateway arts corridor for Prince George's County. As a Brentwood resident, and I see development in Hinesville. I see some development has now begun in Mount Rainier. But there's that dead spot with North Brentwood and Brentwood. And we feel like we are not being included in some of these things. Sometimes we think it's because we're a very small municipality, but that happens.
Everybody's important to us. Everybody's important. Brennan, what did you put in the eggs? What did you put in that sausage out here? I thought everybody's going to be excited about this.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to run out of tables. That's gracious.
But I'm not finished. I just wanted to, I'm sorry. Going back to the matchmaking part, we talked about small businesses and encouraging it, we were given some information that there's going to be a Taste of Prince George's County, an event that's coming up. And I think it might be something, I don't know what the relationship of this department, the county is with that, but I was under the impression that they were they were part of this. But I think this is something too that we should really advertise and push, because again, I would imagine there would be a lot of small businesses there, people who would want to get their products on the market. The other thing is I looked at them, we talked about re-entry. And I was wondering, the push lately has been for expungement. And I think people who have had some expunged, they would have to, I guess, receive some sort of training to re-enter, because it's difficult, I suppose, when you have that situation to get a job. You do background check, you come up with a record, you don't get the job. So I am wondering if re-entry part of this program is something that they would consider for people who have had, crimes expunged from their records. I had one other thing, I'm sorry, I made some notes as I went along. Okay, we talked about the businesses. I was wondering, the EDI or the EDC, when small businesses develop, and if someone has an idea that, well, you know, I would like to do this and so, and I need funding. What's the, I'm just wondering, what is the basis? Is this their personal, what you call it? Credit record, is that being considered?
It's very similar to the regular loan process where, you know, it's a combination of the credit worthiness of the business, the owner, the amount of collateral, the potential success of the business plan. All of these, we're making the same kind of decisions that a regular bank would make. The two big areas that we focus on, though, because it's all taxpayer funded, is we're looking for the jobs numbers. Right. How big the impact is going to be to how many jobs will be created for our residents, as well as the amount of the size of the project. Will that investment go into helping our local contractors be able to help them to create the number of jobs and have success? And so because it's taxpayer finance, the county executive and the county council are looking at those two qualifiers and making decisions on that.
Okay.
We've got a ton of different ways to help finance small business, not just the EDI program, but 504, we've got a partnership with FSC First, which is a great community development corporation on the same floor where we are. And they provide a lot of great SBA loans and a host of other resources that we can help small businesses with.
I'm just saying that I don't know if there's any way we can maybe break it down a little bit. Because this is information we like to disseminate to our residents, you know, the people who, and if we get something, we can say, okay, this is the format, this is what you request.
We do have it's in the resource guide that we gave out, as well as we've got a main flyer in the packet that you have. You can pull that out for me, Jamie. That's a flyer in the packet that we have, as well as in your resource guide. This is a flyer specifically on the Economic Development Incentive Fund, and a lot more detail in the resource guide.
Okay, excellent, thank you.
And call us anytime. We've got, in that resource guide, you've got the phone numbers of all the key people on my team that can answer your questions.
Thank you.
We've got one more question to go, and then I've got to head down to emerging leaders. We've got 17 businesses that participate in this new SBA program, so I'm going to have to get ready to roll out. Carly, did you have a question?
Thank you. Very informative. And since you just mentioned SBA, and being from Greenbelt, where we have lots of cooperatives, I would hope that when you're working with SBA, you will let them know that they should be loaning to cooperative businesses. They do not do it at the present time. And that is really, that's a tragedy, because people working together in cooperative businesses really do stay in the local community.
Okay, thanks for the feedback. Carly?
Good morning to everyone, and thank you again for this opportunity. My name is Carlencia Peck. I'm not actually an elected official. I'm actually the co-chair of what's called the B5 Initiative, Better Bladensburg Block by Block and Business by Business. And I wanted to encourage you as municipalities and those who are the elected to energize your constituents, because many times there are concerns that are not being met. And because of that, you're driving a wedge between you and the community. And so the community needs to work together. Community partners working together works. That means Prince George's County, that means each of our municipalities and the constituents, so that everyone is getting something out of it and everyone is investing into it. I'd like to meet, I've been trying to meet with you, Ms. Dallas, but I want to meet with Ms. Dallas and this gentleman here from Greenbelt, because I think we have some ideas that could kind of pull something together for the 27 municipalities that would be helpful to promoting us as a county. And it can be done through the arts. And of course, that's my industry, so we want to talk about that. But I just wanted to encourage you all from the constituent point of view, is that we did kind of get this moving. Our former town administrator got this initiative moving, but it's the residents and the local stakeholders and the elected officials and the staff and the employees and the county. All of us are working together to move what we need forward. And so that's what I wanted to encourage you with, is please work with your constituents. You are representing them, but remember that they have ideas too.
Carly, thank you. Chris, did you get that on video? I hope. Please send that to CNN, will you? Thank you, Carly. Thank you all so much for being here today. This is a kickoff of a great partnership. We wish you the best, and we're looking forward to activating prosperity in every single portion of Prince George's County. Best wishes.